In the name of Allah, who is the most beneficent and the most merciful. Dear learners, today I am going to give you the introduction to the novel Goodbye Mr. Chips and its characters. And this novel is a part of FSC syllabus. So this Goodbye Mr. Chips is written by James Hilton, and James Hilton is here in front of you on your screens. James Hilton was a famous English novelist who was born on September 9, 1900 and died on December 20, 1954. It is said that he wrote Goodbye Mr. Chips in just 4 days, and his famous novels include Lost Horizon, Goodbye Mr. Chips, Random Harvest, and many others. Now, something about the novel. Goodbye Mr. Chips is a novel about the life of a school teacher, Mr. Arthur Chipping. And the writer of the novel has described the feelings, profession, and the decent closing of decent profession of Mr. Chipping through the technique of flashback. And here, I would like to tell you what is this flashback. Flashback is a scene from the past that brings information into the present that is needed for the reader to understand the character or scene in a better way. Now, something about Brookfield. And here I'm going to tell you about Brookfield because Brookfield is having a very important role in our today's novel. So Brookfield was a second-ranked grammar school established in the reign of Queen Elizabeth. It was a boarding school and it saw many ups and downs and produced fair samples of history-making men of the age. And Chip's whole life after joining it in 1970 revolves around it, and he served Brookfield for 43 years. Now we are going to discuss the characters, and these characters are very much important from the paper point of view. So our first main character is Mr. Chipping, Mr. Chips. Mr. Arthur Chipping is the main character and the hero of the novel. He was born in 1848 and died in 1933 at the age of 85. He joined Brookfield in 1870 and served it for 43 years. He was deep-rooted in Brookfield, and at the age of 60, he was Brookfield himself, and he married Catherine Bridges in 1896. Before marriage, he was a dry sort of a person and conventional and traditional in his views and opinions. He was not very ambitious in life. He had no lofty aims, but he was very much sincere and devoted to his profession. And after marriage, Catherine brought a great change in Mr. Chips, and he, who was only respected and obeyed in Brookfield, became the love of the Brookfield boys. He had a very sharp memory of each and every event of his life. Our next main character is Catherine Bridges. Catherine Bridges is the heroine of the novel. She was 25, young enough to be Chip's daughter. And contrary to Chips, she was a modern woman. She met Chips while climbing on Great Gable in 1896. She helped him when his ankle got sprained while thinking she needed his help. And later, in spite of the difference in views, they fell in love with each other and got married in 1896. But viewers, unfortunately, in 1898, while giving birth to their baby, she and the baby both died, and so their relationship lasted only for 2 years. But before dying, she made Mr. Chips altogether a new man. So our next character is Mrs. Wickett. Mrs. Wickett was the landlady of Mr. Chips, and after retirement, he rented a room at Mrs. Wickett's. She had been in charge of the linen room at Brookfield too. Next is Dr. Merivale. Merivale was the doctor of Mr. Chips, and he used to come for the routine checkup of Mr. Chips fortnightly, means after 14 days or after 2 weeks. Next is the first head of Brookfield when Chips joined it. Mr. Weatherby was the head of Brookfield in 1870 when Chips joined it. He interviewed Mr. Chips and advised him to adopt a firm attitude from the beginning, but he died before Chips began his first term. Next is the next head of Brookfield after Mr. Weatherby. and he is Mr. Meldrum. Meldrum was the head of Brookfield after Weatherby, who served Brookfield for 3 decades, means from 1870 to 1900, and died unfortunately from pneumonia. And then there is a student of Mr. Chips, and his name is Collie. Collie was the boy who tried to bully Mr. Chips by dropping the desk lid when he came to take his first class of 500 lusty barbarians in Big Hall in Brookfield. But Mr. Chips caught him and punished him to write 100 lines. Later, the son and the grandson of Collie were also the students of Mr. Chips. Next is the very important head of Brookfield after Meldrum, and his name is Ralston. Ralston was the head of Brookfield after Meldrum. He was a mere youngster of 37, glittering with furs and blues. Dear learners, this furs and blues means distinctions in academics and sports. And he was a strict man who tried to run Brookfield like a factory. He demanded resignation from Mr. Chips when he reached 60, and also accused him of having old methods of pronunciation and teaching, and also called him stubborn. But the Board of Governors supported Chips, and after some time, Ralston had to leave. Then there is another head of Brookfield after Ralston, and his name is Chatteris in front of your screen. Chatteris was the head of Brookfield after Ralston. He was 35 years old when joined Brookfield. Chips liked him, and during war years, he was overworked and ill and suffering from diabetes. He requested Chips to come back to Brookfield just to look after matters, but in 1917, he died. And here is a very important character, Sir John Rivers. Sir John Rivers was the chairman of the Board of Governors and a student of Mr. Chips. He showed his full support to Mr. Chips when he had a row with Ralston on the issue of his retirement when he came of 60. And Sir John Rivers honored Mr. Chips by requesting him to serve Brookfield till 100 and gave a damn to Ralston. And now, dear viewers, here is the end of this video. Hope you must have got everything. In the next videos, inshallah, we'll learn more about all the chapters of Goodbye Mr. Chips. So stay tuned and wait for the upcoming videos. And don't forget to like and share the video with your friends. May Allah bless us all. Thank you very much.